9 to 5 workers versus streamers debate what is harder.
How are you gonna disrespect your mom like that,
she
dude?
is right now.
You're gonna disrespect your mom and say that your work is harder? That is so rude.
All right, can I talk?
Hairspray.
Listen, so your whole
So
thing.
it's dangerous.
Listen, bet.
Your job is
chill.
You
would have to actually go to work.
Whoa!
Went to school, and still.
And paid rent?
Yes, I still worked.
That's your choice. You're
high. You're hungover.
Credentials are playing video games. I play video games on my spare time.
I don't even enjoy streaming anymore.
Oh shit. Okay.
What's up? How's it going?
Same old different day.
Male character.
Okay. All right. So my argument here is that
Bro, like now I gotta move my cam and shit like that though. I'll keep it right here because it's probably gonna be shoved over here. Lacey has cultivated a substantial multiple. Okay, so let's talk about it.
streaming and social media creation is harder than a 9 to 5.
Facts.
Nah, it's not facts, bro. 9 to 5 is way harder, homie.
Why do you say that?
Because you gotta get up every motherfucking day, go to the motherfucking bullshit job, and slave for fucking pennies.
See, that's the thing is you're right. You get up every day, you go through the motions. You don't have to get a good night's sleep. You don't have to be focused. You don't have to be locked in. You wake up, you go, you flip some patties, maybe you sign a few envelopes, answer a few phone calls. With streaming and social media creation, you have to be on your game 24/7. It's like a switch that never
when you're a
turns
mail
off.
carrier, I'm a mail carrier, and I'm gonna tell you something, man. I get treated like shit every motherfucking day.
We have to
still
deal with
slaving
thousands,
every day.
tens of thousands.
Yeah, but like these people are so old. It's not obvious that people are like they're getting rage baited. You know what I'm saying? It's not obvious that they're getting rage baited. They're just like, that bitch pissing the fuck off. Like they're just like, oh no, that's not true. No, that's not true at all. That's not true at all. Yeah, it's just like, bro, it's like you're obviously getting rage baited, bro. I'm not gonna hold you. So key top 3 rage bait of all time. Could very well be.
Thousands of people critiquing every little thing we do, every decision we make, every thought we have.
There's definitely some truth to this. They definitely believe it. Like I said, when you get to their level of fame or whatever, it's not harder than 9 to 5. It's not. Starting it is gonna be harder than 9 to 5 in my personal opinion, just because of it's truthful rage bait. Just because, in my opinion, like they have a team and editors working for them, bro. You know what I'm saying? Us on the other hand, like we don't got shit, bro. We got what? We have some people that help us, whatever. But for the most part, we're doing everything. Like we're editing on our own. The same USU, yeah. We're editing on our own. We got post clips on our own. We have to have our own like clip pages, like other clip pages that we make of our own. It's just harder. Like you have to come up with ideas when you have no viewers, and also you're not making enough money to sit there and be like, oh, I could do this every day. You know what I'm saying? Like most streamers also have small streamers have a job when they're doing it too.
They made, man. I wish I had a made like y'all.
We don't have to sign a few envelopes and put them in a mailbox.
Man.
And most of us got jobs, so yeah, that too. And motherfuckers like discredit the like part of how long it takes to actually get to the point where Lacey or Faze is, right? Stop slurring. Like people just completely like take like, oh, it took Jinxie like what 5 years of just playing Rainbow to finally get some traction and finally be able to make a living off of streaming. Like it's a long ass grind.
You got it gravy, bro.
What's the next trend? What's the next idea? Oh my god, I have to stream today.
And I got dogs that want to bite my ass every day.
And you have lunch breaks. We don't have breaks.
You get
We're on 24/7. You got high energy 24/7.
I wish I could be at home like you and kick back and get paid big money.
We're not even at home. We're walking around. We're walking around doing things, going to parties, doing all this stuff.
I got to slave just for not even 100,000 a year. I got to work double overtime. Bullshit.
Okay, what about this? You're guaranteed to get paid. You have a
no, I'm not.
Steady rate.
You're not guaranteed?
If I don't work, I don't get paid.
Duh. That's how it works, dumbass. All right, not to be disrespectful, but that's how it works. Yeah, if you don't stream, you don't get paid. And even when you're streaming, even if you're streaming, right here, I could stream for a whole week and not get one sub, and I'll just be doing this just cause.
It's simple as that.
Yeah, but you have a guaranteed pay.
If you work, that's your decision if you don't want to work.
I gotta work at the job for years.
If I don't go live.
Streaming is not harder than 9 to 5 when you're not like a huge streamer. Exactly.
I don't get paid either.
We don't got to deal with people spamming L's.
Yes, we have people in the chat spamming
That's
L's.
horrible.
Oh, this is boring. We don't like have to.
And the old people are sitting here dead ass like they're dead ass like, oh yeah, like dude.
Imagine you have to be high energy. Oh, hey guys, how's it going? You guys like this stream?
That's me 24/7. I'd rather do that.
So why don't you become a streamer?
Man, that's what I want to do. F that. F does not define shit.
If streaming is so easy, how come every single person in this seat is not a streamer?
People are lazy. They want to put in the work.
That's their fault.
I get called fat all the time.
Oh, so what? I get called fat and chubby. All my homeboys call me chubby, fat,
Well,
whatever.
That's your homeboys, though. I'm gonna keep it a buck. That's a
Yeah.
homeboy.
Yeah, and you right, homeboy, you right. But check this out. My nigga, I don't give a fuck.
Oh, you are.
I'm gonna go out there and get that bag.
I think she's got something she wants to say.
Oh my gosh, wait, we're seeing flags.
Unfortunately, these flags are actually useless. We decided to use a timer instead because we suck at explaining things.
And yeah, that'd be Morgan Freeman.
So you raised your flag. Is there a reason you did that?
Because
Ex-chef.
I was actually a cook for 15 years. So that means for 15 years, I had to get up practically every day, get dressed, go to work, and
See, and then the other thing is too is that people are like, well, you know, like it's not traditional, right? But motherfucker, I don't want to sit there and work for 15 years of my life. I'm so cool off that, and then I maybe get to retire at like what 60. I don't want to do that, bro. I would rather take a chance on all of this shit and grind for 5 years to, you know, get motion out of it, you know, and have a living than do something I don't even enjoy in the slightest, but I get paid for. Fuck all that, bro.
I had to deal with not only adults, but I also had to deal with children.
We deal with children every day.
We deal with tens of thousands of children and
true.
adults.
The Lacey Thugs are. Do you not know who the Lacey Thugs are?
I can't go out in public without 10 kids coming up and asking for a picture. Do you know how hard that is of a life?
Isn't that
That is
special?
difficult.
How long do you think this is going to last?
Forever.
Forever.
You think this
hopefully.
is going to last forever?
I hope so. You just proved my point for me. I don't have that security that's gonna last forever. Having a job, being
That's
a
why
cook,
you gotta
you
grind.
have that security of, oh,
I mean, yeah, but like, nigga, if you use your money right, nigga, Lacey, all of Faze is gonna be good for the rest of their life, at least, bro. You use your money right, like especially like a nigga like Kai, bro. Kai is more than good.
I have a job, I have a degree, I have this. This could end for me tomorrow.
Hypothetically, if you all of a sudden you lost all your followers, what would you do?
I know what he'll do. Get up.
No, I'm asking
Trigger
him.
warning.
I'm asking him. What would you
Job.
do?
Yo!
If you lost completely all your YouTubers, you had nothing. No one watched you anymore. I didn't even watch you anymore. What would you have to do? You would have to actually go to work.
Yo, we're just throwing slurs around.
I'm just cussing you.
No.
That's a slur.
If I did lose all my followers, I would probably buy a couple houses and start my real estate empire.
Okay, so then you would have to actually go to work. You would actually have to go to the office.
And I would think that would be a much easier job than streaming.
You gotta go into your setup though and sit in front of studio lights and read the chat and be interactive.
But no, he lost everybody. He lost everybody.
Yeah, but no one in here, like, obviously, it goes, like, it's definitely, like, a one-sided thing. Like, all these old people, whatever, they don't understand what it is now, and then the people, you know, but some of them did work, so, like, again, me personally, I was a dishwasher, or whatever, and I've had other jobs. I fucking hated them, and they sucked, like, physically, or whatever, but at least I was getting paid out of it, and I literally didn't really have to do much sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Now, with this shit, I love it way more than anything else, but, like, I'm not getting paid to be, like, you know, doing whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, that's why I'm saying, like, I have to go edit. Like, I have to edit clips on my own. If I post a YouTube video, I got to edit that on my own. If I got to do all that shit, bro, it's all on my own to an extent. And that's why I still stand on it's harder now.
Everybody, he has no followers.
I mean, for streamers like that,
whatsoever. He would have to turn around.
You're proving my point.
You would have to turn around.
You're proving my point on why this is harder because I could lose it all tomorrow.
Yeah, but you could lose it tomorrow.
If let's say you're a cook, right? Let's say you got fired. You have hundreds of people lined up. You can go cook over here, cook over there.
You could be a private chef.
You could be a private chef. Exactly. I don't have that security.
I was a cook in the school system. I cooked all frozen food.
But you still cook.
You still cook. You go cook for another school.
I think I saw a flag right here.
Flags. I see red flags.
I'm gonna have to backlight. Yo, Lacey, this is the truth.
Okay, are they gonna explain the timer?
I
or
think
am
something you guys ought to take into account. Say we get a brand deal. I gotta post on an Instagram story. I gotta go find the 4 Loko cans. I gotta make sure, like, I gotta make sure I get the 4 Loko can. And
Not to mention,
You have to do work. That's what we have to do.
it ruins our Twitter impressions too.
I gotta tag them.
And then that goes into falling off.
My name is Rhonda. I'm a registered nurse from the South.
Nice to meet you,
From
Rhonda.
Campbell, 35 years ago.
Also, though, too, like, as being a small streamer and being a doctor or whatever, that's completely weird.
I decided to go to nursing school because I wanted to be a creative, I thought. I loved fashion, I loved acting, I loved singing. But in the South, whole lot of racism. Back in the 60s and the 50s, people didn't give a rat's ass if you created something, and they wouldn't support your business. So yes, a 9 to 5 is much harder. I had to work 7 to 3, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. I had to support my daughter.
Rhonda,
You get spoiled.
Rhonda, can I ask you a question?
Nope.
Have you ever done
You
it?
get spoiled. No. You get
He's about
spoiled.
to rage bait her so
And your
hard.
mama and
Rhonda,
daddy keep
Rhonda,
giving it to you.
Rhonda,
Because
guys, I got a
did
question
it.
for Rhonda. I got a
did
question
it.
for Rhonda. Rhonda,
Yes.
have you ever done a subathon?
What's a subathon?
30
Dead ass.
days straight,
24
hours a day.
day and night. No break.
We all streamed.
That
for-
ain't even healthy.
You're talking about working 7 to 3.
Before dog, it'd probty be harder to.
You
No,
have
it definitely would.
30-minute
It definitely
breaks
is just
throughout
harder
the day to go home
You're fucking-
afterward.
Right now, if you're asking me would I rather be a streamer or a brain surgeon, I'm picking a fucking streamer. Because also, if you want to be a brain surgeon, you got years of school you gotta go through, and then you gotta learn. You know, you gotta be like a trainee, whatever, fuck apprenticeship, whatever the fuck it's called. And then you gotta do all that, and then maybe, and then eventually, by the time you're like maybe 35, you actually get to do your job. I just learned that's on my bad.
See your family, relax. We were on camera 30 days straight, no personal.
What
You know how
day
hard
were
it is
you a registered
to
nurse?
have.
They work
When
so
did
many
you
hours
get a
too,
break?
yeah.
You clean boo-boo?
When have you ran a
You-
3-minute ad?
You
When have you
clean
ever
up
ran?
vomit,
You've never ran a
you
3-minute
pass
ad.
trays, you short-handed.
Talk about the fake relationships that you have.
Oh my God.
Now keep.
It's fake
Think
on
about
social
this.
media.
Think about this. Imagine
Sure.
every little person. We call them parasocials. They judge your
Parasocials.
relationships. You can't go out to dinner or have a girl take a picture in your car without them finding out and judging
got
you
caught with
based
my
on it.
ex
I
in
got caught with
public.
my ex, and I got treated like I was a pedophile for it.
But mental health. When you stop caring about what people think and what they say about you,
Yeah,
do
for sure, Chase.
you. Do you. And that's a big problem with younger people. You care about what people think, social media, what they say about you.
That's our
That's our job.
You said you're a nurse, right?
35 years.
What do you think?
I mean, is it really your job though? Like, I don't really give a fuck what nobody says about me. I mean, obviously, it would probably change if I got like motion, of course, but like, I don't really care.
Think's harder? 24-hour open surgery, like when you're helping with, the doctor, et cetera, or a 24-hour stream?
24-hour open surgery.
Oh, bro.
You're dumb. You're a dumb, deadbeat, whore, slow retard. Yo, dumbass. How you gonna call me? Yo, you're not even spelling the shit you're saying to me right.
Short-handed.
Unlovable.
We're saving thousands, you're saving one.
All right, so you said 30-day subathon, right?
Yeah.
My argument is that none of you guys actually did any of the work during that, and it was all your filmers, your
part of the
editors,
Faze team?
your producers. All these people back here are the ones doing the work. You guys just show up and have fun.
They didn't do anything.
It's a group.
Really? That's the argument? I feel like, don't get me wrong, cameramen and editors, they're all, they're all important, but like they're not the ones entertaining. That's crazy. This guy has to be trolling.
Group project.
No, because here's the thing.
Well, that's bad takes.
That's bad takes. That's bad takes. That's bad takes.
They wouldn't have any work if it wasn't for us, though.
That's true. That's true.
I would even go as far to say as every person in this room, we keep them employed as well. Because here's the thing, we get sponsors from these companies that have 9-to-5s, right? These companies, hold on. These companies are not viable without influencers to push the brand and keep them in business.
Have you ever worked a real job?
No.
So how would you
See,
know?
I have worked a real job.
What was your real job?
I
That's
worked
crazy. Dad's been in this shit for so long. He's never, since he was a kid, bro. He's actually, that's
8
crazy.
months, I worked a double. I worked Walmart and Panera at the same time for a
Why
year.
is she laughing? Bro, she's making me mad. I actually feel like they're wrong.
Everyone on the streams are blah blah blah. That's just yeah. No, I fuck with a dab.
Hi, I'm Chris.
All right, Chris.
Why do you think a 9-to-5 job is not harder than what you do?
Well, you're guaranteed to pay.
Guaranteed to pay.
Yeah.
And that makes it harder?
Yeah. No, it makes it easier for you
Makes
guys.
it easier because we have a guaranteed pay.
100%.
Okay.
You have security.
Talk about raises.
Again, that's my point here. That's my point. Is that not them right now? It's not harder, but me as a small streamer, it is because he's guaranteed to get a base pay, guaranteed, 100%. You know, guaranteed. Me on the other hand, I'm just doing it. I'm doing it for the love of the game.
Makes it easier for 9-to-5 people to have a job because their pay is guaranteed.
when you go to work every day, everyone's
so you're
like,
basing the ease of a job just on...
Also, a 9-to-5, you can completely forget about it once you're done. Once it's 9 to 5 and that clock is done or whatever, it's over. You don't have to think about. Like, obviously you might have a fucking dickhead customer or whatever, but you really realistically, it shouldn't get to you. So after that, you don't gotta think about it no more. But like with this streaming shit, you gotta think about it consistently, constantly, all the time. You gotta think about ideas. You gotta think about. You have to deal with the doubts about yourself. Like, oh, is this shit gonna work? What if it doesn't work? But like, if you're 9 to 5, bro, you're being a chef or managers, whatever the fuck.
On somebody getting paid regularly? Is that what you...
well, let's just say that comes to perspective. If you say someone who works food, if you're someone who works a doctor, it's obviously different. But if you're talking abroad, 9 to 5, someone who doesn't need a degree, yeah, it's way easier than being a streamer.
How so?
Well, it's because you're guaranteed and you don't need any crazy knowledge. You don't need to go to school for most jobs, like certain things like a 9 to 5. If you wanted to go work at Foot Locker, I could go to Foot Locker, apply, and then next thing you know, I'm selling shoes for pay every single hour.
So according to you, a job is easier or harder based on the guaranteed pay? That's one aspect of it.
Working
right?
at Foot Locker, working at a job like Panera or wherever Lacey is easier than a streamer, yes, because a streamer you have to come up with ideas, you have to stay relevant.
We're talking about ideas now. Okay,
yeah,
we're talking about pay.
Okay, so what do you want to start with though? But it doesn't make. But
well,
you're not even. You keep switching it. So why don't you answer my question?
I'm not switching anything.
You know, you 100% are. Yeah, so how is it harder if you're guaranteed?
Old people like this piss me off. I can't deal with old people. I'm being honest. Old people that like are just have like a pedestal, bro. Genuinely pisses me.
To pay. I worked for 4 years of streaming. I didn't make $1.
Well, what's your definition of hard?
Okay, that's not true. You definitely got $1.
Thing. It's like what
stuff
is
that
difficult.
you need creativity. You need to get out of your circle, comfort zone. You need to be able to actually make.
That's true too. Like I did not. I still don't like it. But like unless I'm streaming, I do not like being on camera.
Believe what you believe in the sense of like, oh, this is good content. Do you watch any TV shows?
I watch YouTube.
Okay, you watch
so
YouTube?
much YouTube.
So it's the same thing.
Absolutely,
so the people that you're entertained by are the people like us, just for a different audience.
That's true, but you're talking about entertainment as a job. We could talk about entertainment.
This is entertainment,
as a job.
but this is entertainment.
Entertainment
but my
as a
question
job
to you
doesn't have
is
any
why?
guarantees. Absolutely.
So do you truthfully you can sit here and think that working at like a Foot Locker or something like that? I'm just using that because that's the best example. Is harder than a streamer?
It depends on what you are saying. The word hard means.
No, okay. There's an opinion. Being a Foot Locker. Until you get to their point, until you get to that point, bro, streaming is harder. Until you get to their point, that's the word. That's what I'm talking about.
In the sense of everyday activity, because some people around here say, "Oh, I gotta wake up at 7 a.m., 8 a.m." Oh, okay, we have to do the same thing.
Sure,
some people do that.
And you deal with yourself.
No, we deal with millions
when
of people.
You're creating that content and you have your phone, you're dealing with you and yourself in that phone.
Okay, so what happens?
Not true. You got chat, bro.
Not true.
And you're not
that's not true at all. I have an editor that I pay who relies on me. If I stop doing any type of content, he loses
So when
a job.
you go to your job, when you go to work, rather than punching a card, you pick up your phone or you turn on a camera.
Okay, so when you punch the card, let's say, who's above you? Your boss, right? What happens if he just takes the business and he says, oh, we're not doing it anymore? You lose your job.
If the work is picking up a phone or turning on a camera as opposed to going in with a bunch of people and having to multitask tasks you have to do throughout your shift and deal with your coworkers and interpersonal thing. Tell me how much you do of that stuff while you are actually doing your job for however many number of hours.
Old people like this that who just don't listen. What's that? Okay, that's crazy. But niggas just isn't listening.
You are talking and typing and shitting and eating and all that stuff that everybody's watching you do.
Go ahead.
No, but there's actually a mental aspect.
I understand that, yeah.
No. Let me hear me out.
Go ahead.
Camaraderie. Like you have like a group of people, like friendships, relationships, which is the most important thing in life. So do you build that with your coworkers and stuff like that?
Sorry, bye. See you later.
Seeing a lot of flags.
He didn't even want to hear it. He dead ass didn't even like hear him out. He just don't. That's what pisses me off. I hate people that are like so like close-minded to a certain thing and they don't even want to hear out the other person. Hell, racist. Yeah. Oh shit.
What's your name?
So I'm Angelina, and I work as an.
You're right. She's right. She's right. She's right. I'm not gonna lie. She's right.
Executive assistant.
You're right. You're right. She's right. She's right. She's right. I'm not gonna lie. She's right.
All right, so you guys were talking about the mental aspect, and I thought that was really interesting because as someone who works a 9 to 5, technically it's a 10 to 6, but I still have to clock in a certain amount of time. I come home, I'm too tired to cook. Fortunately, I have a beautiful girlfriend that does all of that stuff for me when I get home, but if I didn't, I would have to.
I know they wanted to say something crazy. I know they wanted to say something, bro. You can tell by the way they looked at each other. Look.
I have a beautiful girlfriend that does all of that stuff for me when I get.
Look at Silky's face, bro. Look at Silky's face. You already know they wanted to say some crazy shit.
At home, but if I didn't, I would have to cook for myself and get to bed in time and wake up in time to commute back to my job. You guys talk about how it's hard because there's a mental aspect, and I understand as someone who's been on social media a lot that you get
How long
berated.
have you been on social media? Just to get broad.
So I actually did content creation starting at the age of 14. When I moved to LA, I gained like 10,000 followers off the bat, and I was very young, and I started working with different brands.
Okay.
I totally understand the mental aspect. It's just that you guys can afford to say, hey, I'm gonna go wherever for 2 weeks, and that can be content, that can be your job, and you actually get to relax and travel the world and have other opportunities.
You're just saying a lot of points.
There's no relaxation.
Just so I can answer a couple. So you were saying like to go back to the beginning, you were saying like you can manage like your time with like relationship. Was that correct? Like you have your girlfriend when you go home. Like
I fortunately have a support
What's up,
system,
Dana?
but I
vote
every day like ask myself how I would
so
have
I'll
been
give you
able
a
to do it
perfect
without.
example. So you said 14 you started. I started at 16. For about 3 years, I was making money, and it slowly went super up, and then all of a sudden it went down. Right?
Yeah.
I lost everything, fell off
He was
completely.
about to
myself. It's a real story. This is a real story. This isn't a joke. Why are you smiling?
We've all been there. Every 9 to 5 worker has been there.
So
That's
going
why.
back to what you said,
I mean,
how you have a support system. I moved across the country from my parents at the age of 19, lived alone in an apartment, was paying a certain amount of money every single month, and I was losing money. I wasn't making enough money to pay my, like I had money in my bank for my rent, but I wasn't making
It was
more than my
serious,
rent.
yeah.
So I was
You
losing.
were in the red every
I
month.
was in the
I
red
got
every
you.
single month. Girlfriend broke up with me at the time, so alone
Double whammy.
across the country. So it's like,
why the fuck is that old bitch snapping? What?
when you're alone too and everything's going down, where's my support system?
What is she laughing about? That's fucked. I hate her already. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't like why she laughing, bro.
Okay, so I have a question. You said that for the first 4 years you started streaming, you had no income. How are you able to survive?
I lived with my mom. I was 16.
So that to a certain extent is privilege.
That's privilege.
It is.
But my mom. How's that privilege? Before
It's privilege because you have the support system to have a place to live.
Well,
He's 16. He's 16. What about that? Pin your big admit. They basically discrediting their parents or themselves to the life their parent gave them. It's just stupid. They expect them to be home. Yeah, you want them to move out that's not privilege.
Well, at 15, 16, I would hope I have parents that would live with me.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't, and they have to take.
Okay, again, that's not their fault though. That's just how life is. Life is not fair. Okay, that's how the cookie crumbles, as they say. Life's just not fair. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro.
That's
9
a
to
whole
5s.
different discussion. So a lot of people don't have houses.
A lot of
when they
people
working
don't
9 to
have
5s?
families that support them or accept
But that's a
them.
whole different.
Hey, that's anybody. Anybody could have that, bro. Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is a star NFL quarterback. He doesn't get along with his family. Like, you see what I'm saying? It doesn't. Anybody ever could have that problem.
Conversation. What does that have to do with the 9 to 5?
Because they still need to survive. So the fact that you were given
So
the
how did you move to LA?
I moved across the country as well with my mom when I was 15 years old.
Do you not think that's privileged?
I mean, we moved into a 1-bedroom in Santa Monica and shared a trundle bed, so.
Okay, well, I was reselling shoes to afford my mom's mortgage and everything.
I get it. I've definitely helped my family out in times where I was able to, but I also had to have my family support me in order for me to have certain opportunities to make money in the first place. So if you didn't have content creation, what would you be doing?
It's a great question. I don't know, because I didn't set my goals that way. I set up my life to that. I know I would do what I want to do. If we all got paid the same every single month, let's say just in simple terms, we all got paid $100,000 a month, a crazy amount of money. Would you guys still, truthfully, I'm asking a serious question, would you guys say that all of our jobs are harder than each other, truthfully?
Yeah, if she was a nurse, she had to go to medical.
Tuesdays, appreciate the follow, bro.
School for years just to be able to have her
But
foot
she
in the
knew
door.
that she was getting security because she was going to be a nurse, correct?
Not secure.
Not facts.
How is it not
not.
secure if you knew what you were going to do?
Nothing's secure.
Nothing's secure. You just proved my point. But you just proved my point.
No job.
And every single one of them, they backtrack and retract their statement, bro. It's like once they like, oh, no, that's not what I was saying. Like
It's
every
secure,
time.
but content creation gives you the ability to have those savings, to have an audience. And even if you do lose all your followers one day, even if
Let's
you
say
lose,
I lost it all tomorrow.
you still have residuals of your previous viral videos. Even if people are hating on you and shitting on you, that's
Like
still
we might as well have the conversation, the connections conversation here.
adding to what goes into your pocket.
There's literally doctors who do one surgery and make hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Because they were trained for decades and they had to go to
So
school.
were we.
You went to school to be a content creator?
Streamer University.
Oh shit. Streamer Uni, yeah, okay.
How you doing, bro?
Good, how you doing?
Alex.
Gabe.
Gabe, how we doing?
I'm doing good.
College professor. I feel like a dad's finna cook here.
So first of all, I want to say I do respect all of you for what you do. I mean, you guys do work, but you do not work as hard as people who have a regular job.
You don't know that.
I mean, that I do know it for sure. It's very clear. People have to wake up and do their routine over and over again. It's not a daily thing, it's a weekly thing, it's a monthly thing, it's a yearly thing, it's a life thing. And if they screw up, they lose their jobs. And they always have to be careful because if they do something weird, they say something weird to their coworker or their boss, they're gonna lose their job. If you lose some followers because of something you say, you'll get other followers. And you have a large following enough.
Actually, that's kind of, it depends. It depends on what you say. You say something insane that nobody's gonna fuck with, you're cooked.
Where there's enough of a range of perspectives that people will always be on board for you as long as you're producing content. People who screw up at their jobs and lose their jobs, and maybe there's a recession, there's not a lot of jobs, as could be now, they get potentially homeless or worse.
Yeah, I guess. Low-key, cancel culture is not that crazy, Dave Shaw says. Yeah, that's true too. It depends. If you let it get to you, yeah, it's gonna fuck up. But like, look, like even David Dobrik, that motherfucker, whenever he was supposed to get canceled, but he just ignored it. As long as you just don't let it get to you, bro, you're good.
Heard of cancel culture?
What's that? Yeah, of course I've heard of it. But how many people have been canceled and came back? I mean, it happens all the time. Your boss is not going to be loyal to you if you don't get that thing in on time 5 times.
But check it
you're
out.
done.
Okay, so listen, but to be able to get that loyal following of people that do follow you, you need to build that over years and years and years and hours of trust and communication and intimate relationships with your audience.
Okay, so
that's not something that's just given to you.
That's true too. It takes years. That could take any streamer y'all watch now, small streamer, me, Folksy, whoever you watch as a small streamer, dead ass. It could take us 4 more years to get somewhere where we can live off of it, bro. And you might not even make it. Yeah, that's true too. And we might not even. It could take us we could be doing this shit for 6 more years and we don't see nothing at all. Because I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna keep on doing it. It takes a long time. It took Jinxie 4. It takes years to do this, and you can't building a decent following is harder than a lot of people think it is. Like even when I started, I thought this shit was gonna be easy. And then the more I got into it, I was like, okay, this is a lot harder than I expected it to be.
Into 1 million subscribers, 2
Of
million
course
subscribers,
not.
3 million
Of course
subscribers.
not. It takes work for sure. But like what you guys are talking about in terms of like the toll it takes on you, a large part of it, and let me tell you something, I'm a little older than you guys, so a large part of it is just general angst from being young, and you just happen to have a camera in front of you and like talking to people or whatever, but at the same time, like you're doing exactly what most people are doing, which is dealing with life stuff, and that's...
I mean, to an extent, yeah, but you also have motherfuckers that are just in your business consistently. Like, dead ass, you could talk, like, that just goes, anybody that knows, you talk to a girl right now, boom, immediately, there's going to be something's going to happen. Something's going to happen. People are going to care about it too much. Parasocials, people put streamers or just famous people in general, they care about too much about their life for no reason.
That's normal. Like the mental toll that it takes dealing with people and getting comments and this and that. That's what everybody deals with. But you don't have to wake up at 6 in the morning and get to your job and then be there and like be on the whole time, no matter what. Anyone who has a 9 to 5 has to do that.
I said, what do you do?
Well, I'm a college professor, so I have to do that same
So
sort
you
of...
just gotta come in and teach the same
Wait,
shit for the
wrong,
next
wrong. I know
15
what you're
years?
Yes, it's... You're right.
Come on, bro.
Right.
You already know what you're doing.
We have to produce new shit every day.
Yeah, I ain't gonna, don't get me, teachers, being a teacher isn't harder. I'm saying on that. Because you literally follow an exact plan. Maybe in the extent, like the thing of like creating ideas maybe for your class. But at the end of the day, bro, you're not really being a good teacher is hard. Yes. But there's teachers that ass, they just copy the shit out the notebook, bro. That's all it was. It is copy shit out of note. I swear to them good. I've had a couple good teachers, but there's good teachers that help you do, you know what I'm saying? Like help you learn in a different way because everybody learns differently. But then you have the teachers that are like, okay, well all you gotta do is write this down and solve it. It's not that hard, just do it. They got rubric, exactly. They got rubric of what they're supposed to teach. They have standards what they're supposed to get through. It's not that. That's not that hard. I'm gonna be honest. They literally get a notebook, bro. I remember one time I finished the test, and my teacher she dead ass didn't even like grade it herself. She was just looking on the paper of like the answer key that she like got from online or something, and was just seeing if it was right. She didn't actually have to grade it. And people acting like they put all their work off to their exactly.
Me in particular, to Silky's point,
and there's so much shit I just looked up online. And I've got the answers to because the teachers don't actually do anything. They just sit there and write it down, or just copy it and give it to you.
So you're essentially teaching.
Yeah, but dealing with middle schoolers, yeah, little kids are annoying as fuck too. I go to research school, and professors go through their personal research first, and sometimes it's apparent when they put their own work first rather than their students. Exactly. Bro.
Teaching the same curriculum to the same students.
That I had to take years to learn, but
you know
yes.
what I'm saying? But
that's the thing, though. I feel like now it depends on what it is, but like as a teacher, you don't gotta learn a lot of stuff because it's literally just there. Like I've deadass had teachers, like I just said, put something on projector. We have to finish it. We finish it, whatever. But they don't even like actually check it themselves. They just sit there and then they just, they just look. They look at what they had already, and then they grade off of that.
I started making content when I was 12 years old.
Okay.
It started out playing Call of Duty trick shotting. I don't think anybody in this room could hit a crane shot. I don't know if anyone in this room could quickscope.
I don't know if that's something to be...
Bro, my management teacher put on a fucking... Exactly, bro. Exactly. They dead ass sometimes don't gotta do shit, bro. Even then, if you really just want to be an easy ass fucking teacher, let the kids go on their phones and look it up. There's teachers that I've had that's done that. There's like, you know what? Y'all just do what y'all want. Whatever. And that's the teachers you fuck with. But realistically, they're not teaching you nothing. They're not teaching you shit.
Proud of, but okay.
So I had to do that for 4 years.
Obviously, I didn't go to college. I don't really know like how professors are, but my friends that are in college, they say college is light because the professors genuinely don't like really care to an extent.
Okay. Right? And then I'm like, okay. Then I had to do YouTube for 4 years.
Okay.
Right? And then I had to do Faze Clan, build Faze Clan out, fix Faze Clan, and then do streaming.
Okay.
So
with how many people helping you?
How many people helping me?
Yeah.
Come on now.
For which stages?
All of them. There were a lot. You had a team.
When I was
Was it just you? Like
No. It was just me. There's receipts of this.
It wasn't built on the shoulders of anyone?
There's receipts on YouTube of me.
Okay, well, where did YouTube come from?
When I was
Okay, see, I think they're trying to be like, okay, well, you have all these people helping you out, like now. But when you first start, you don't have nobody, bro. Like, that's why, like, when you're a smaller creator, you get lucky. Like, I'm lucky that I have A1M or, like, other streamers that, like, I know. This is a theory called something. But you can't, like, there's other streamers that they can't find streamer friends. They can't find shit, bro. They're just doing it on their own. And like eventually they'll get a team. Eventually they'll probably find friends. But it's not as easy as you just think. Like you go to work, you have a coworker that's doing the exact same job as you. You know what I'm saying? And you can easily become friends with them.
How did YouTube become so easy? Because a bunch of people worked their butts off 9 to 5, making it a thing.
That's
and
what
if it
YouTube
didn't exist, you couldn't press play, you couldn't press record, and then just talk.
The fact that you have a campus to teach on. Then boom, there you go.
Right, but I also had to spend years earning my credentials and mastering.
And I did it.
Come on, guys. Your credentials are playing video games. I play video games on my spare time. Come on, guys.
So you just want to.
That's what also pisses me off is that I think people think streaming is just video games at this point.
Can't pay to play video games. It's okay. We understand.
Like maybe. Wait, are we just arguing 9 to 5 and streamers? Plus finding, and you gotta find people that you fuck with too. Like, there's people that I've met that I'm like, you know, like they're cool, but it's just Faze rage baiting. But yeah, no, they're Faze. Do work at 9 to 5 is not harder, you know what I'm saying? But a basic 9 to 5 or whatever, it's not that hard. It's not that hard. Bro, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm blessed to have like A1M, you know, people that like I know, like Randy, all that shit, bro. Like people like I genuinely fuck with. In the end, some 9 to 5 are harder, yeah. But like if I'm working at fucking like Ron used it earlier, if I'm working at Foot Locker. Oh no, somebody's gonna get mad at me because I fucked up their shoe. I don't know. Fast food worker, yeah. Construction, yes, exactly. It really just depends on your situation. Yeah, that too. And like I said, right now, I would say it's harder being a streamer than it is to be working somewhere. But that's not because either are easy. It's just because I'm not really getting paid sometimes. Like sometimes I'll get paid a lot, sometimes I'll get paid not shit. You know what I'm saying? And I don't have a team working for me.
My perspective is coming from a hair and makeup artist, physical job. Doesn't seem like any of you guys can even compete with the physicality.
Brother.
You guys
I know how to do a 3-strand braid.
Just sitting on your butt and talking into a microphone.
know.
Very different than having to get up in the morning, carry all of your gear. You've got to carry all of your hair, makeup, all of your supplies. You have to haul it around. Get up early in the morning. You stand on your feet all day. You never sit down.
I hear you. I hear you.
You're breathing in toxic chemicals all day.
All right, can I?
Okay, but again, like also in some instances, they picked what they're doing. Is he the? Yes, he is. He is.
Can I talk?
Hairspray.
Listen, so your whole thing.
So it's dangerous.
Listen,
Your job isn't dangerous.
Your
Your job isn't
thing
physically
is
taxing. You're just talking into a microphone.
Listen. So your whole thing. Your whole thing is we can't do what you do, right?
It's not physical.
Like, I don't know. I think I like Macklemore people like arguing with it, but it's just because like they're not gonna understand.
I'm saying that a 9 to 5 job where you physically have to do
like just
some hauling around stuff.
Just buy a salon. It's not that hard. Just buy a salon and then have the people come to you, dumbass.
So I physically
you're
can't
just
haul
talking
around
into a microphone.
bags of like makeup. You physically could never trick shot. You could not hit a crane shot. You can't 1080. You can't hold a controller and make a 200K montage. You can't.
She couldn't do it.
None of you can.
None of you can physically and you have to do that for 12 hours a day.
Yes.
Actually,
yes.
4 days they had a trick shot. It's taking you 4 days they had a trick shot.
Actually, yes, I would have to do that.
And then your day is never done. When you're done doing that, is your job done? Do you have to go shopping and replace?
And then you gotta edit it. And then you gotta sit there and fucking edit the shit. But no, once you record it, it's over. It's over. You gotta edit it too. You can't. That's the annoying part, if anything.
All of the things that you use.
No. Listen.
You have to.
You gotta edit it. You gotta post it. You gotta rewatch it. One thing that pisses me off is rewatching parts of my fucking, like, when I'm editing something, I gotta rewatch it over and over and over and over. That shit's so annoying.
Clean all of your gear.
You don't know about dry streaks. You don't know about hit markers.
But when you're done, you're
You
done.
don't know about if the Elgato wasn't on.
When
Can
you're
you
done, you're
imagine
done.
these
Oh
things?
my God, disable
Elgato?
resample.
If I rendered my video in Vegas and I sent the editor the clips without disabling resample.
Oh my God.
My montage is fucked. Your main underlying argument here is what you do is physically
Daily, day to day.
Okay. Your main thing is what you do is physically more taxing and hard than what any of us
And
do.
dangerous.
I could say the same thing.
No, yeah, if I rewatch something multiple times, like, yeah, I don't want to post this anymore.
You cannot physically trick shot. You could never.
fast
I would go as far
Okay,
as
so
I don't
how many
Where the fuck did Lacey go?
hours a day do you trick shot?
I don't think.
How many hours
guys
a
ever do.
day do you trick shot?
For her entrepreneurship, it's such a blessing. She gets to do what she loves. And on average, like that. Exactly, bro.
How many hours?
When I was trick shotting, it was 12 hours a day. It was however long I needed to. However long I
Every day, 12
needed
hours
to.
a day
However long I
trick-shotting?
needed to hit a clip.
Like a barber, dude. Yeah, no, barbers be taxing the fuck, bro. I get a fade, it's like $60. It's just that I'm getting scammed, but there's not that, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they get to make their own prices. You just gotta deal with it. They be fucking fleecing the fuck out of you, bro, for no reason, for no fucking reason. Like, it's $60 for a haircut, and then if you wanna get a beard trim or something or a lineup, another $20 just cause, and that's just base pay. That's also the base pay. Then you gotta get the fucking. You gotta what is it? What is it? The tip too. The tip, like. But they also got to earn their client. Yeah, that's true too. Like you gotta be. You know what I'm saying? Barber school ain't cheap. That's true. Yeah, but exactly. Like they gotta cut and build a connection enough. Yeah, that's true.
12 hours a day.
Essentially the same thing as this though. Like. Not as too, like, but essentially you got to build connections to keep on getting reoccurring viewers or whatever. Viewers and clients, I would say, are almost the same thing.
Every day.
5 seconds.
And that clip is.
He carries a Barrett 50 cal and he jumps off of stuff.
I would have to get on Call of Duty, turn my sense all the way up to 1010. I would have to get to last. I would have to pray to God that he would be in the right spot, throw the concussion. Now I gotta have my rotations down.
Dead zones. Talk about the dead zones.
Talk about dead zones.
Stick drip.
Stick drip.
Thing is, for the most part,
And then what happens when you break a controller? You have to invest into the equipment. And that's the other thing too, bro. This equipment shit's not cheap either. Well, you got the mics. You want a good looking stream. You have to have 2 monitors. You know, some people have more, but minimum is 2, right? You got to put it. You know, you can buy the extra shit like a stream deck, but you need mount. You need all that shit. Capture cards if you depending on what you do.
but that is not all YouTubers that are doing something physical. A lot of it is
She's
just.
asking. That's maybe.
Yeah, but she also said it was dangerous. We could walk around IRL stream and someone could rob us or kill us.
That's true.
Wait.
They're loud.
Like, why they don't? They ass don't understand it. Like, you could get stream sniped, bro. IRL.
That's happened recently.
I've gotten a pumpkin thrown on my head by a crackhead.
Crackhead ran up to him on stream and almost
died.
Almost
Because he
decapitated
quoted
him
his
when he
thoughts.
was-
Yeah.
My name is Thelma. It's a pleasure to meet you, sir. I
Belmont. That's a unique ass name. I've never heard that shit in my life.
am very occupational. My last job,
Ex-librarian.
I worked as a librarian with elementary school children. I have been an executive secretary.
Being a librarian is not that hard, bro. Yeah, it is. Like when Amount Stream is getting involved with Drake now, someone. Exactly. But what I'm about to say though is being a librarian, bro. You're not doing shit, bro. Librarian. How do you want me to say it? Librarian? Like, what do you want me to say, bro? Librarian. You're not really doing nothing until like the kids come to you.
Very legal.
Very quiet, peaceful.
Yes, yes, all that. You know,
Like it's
because
like block.
it's who you are. That we create social media all the time because that's what we are. We're 9-to-5ers and we interact and have energy with people.
Like you scan books. Yeah, it's just a. Then you gotta be like, sometimes you gotta track them down if they don't, they don't bring their books back. Whatever.
Can't you guys have that?
We have energy.
Are you serious?
You have false energy because you're across the screen. You're not interacting with people like we do.
So what are we doing right now?
Interacting?
What are we doing right now?
You're doing it now because we're doing a video.
So wait, isn't she debating for us? That's making it harder for us.
Do you know that there's millions of people?
Now I'm not gonna have all y'all gang up on me.
There's millions of people who watch the video and
Yes.
save lives every day.
Yes.
Probably more than doctors.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
There's people that literally.
Okay, niggas also don't understand, like, content creators help people come out like a funk, bro. Like, of a sad time, you're watching something and, like, I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be dick sucking, but there was a moment in time, like, I didn't really watch Twitch a lot, but Agent, bro. I don't really watch Twitch a lot. Realistically, I don't really watch. She's never had to do an else chat, but Rippy Randy said, but fucking Agent, I was going through a tough time, and I'm not even trolling. I would go to work. I would have that motherfucker playing in my ear when he started stream. It was Agent or like anybody. I would just listen to him or whatever, and then I would come home and I would watch him because it just you know what I'm saying? Like, it just felt like, whatever.
Stay alive because they want to watch our videos.
You know about going.
I don't really know if it's because but like it just makes you. I don't know how to explain it, but it just makes you feel better.
Going out into the clubs at night, staying out till 2, 10 o'clock in the morning, trying to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning so you can get dressed.
So you was having fun.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so.
So what I'm saying is like you guys don't do the interaction. You don't touch people like this.
Okay, now.
I'll say she want the big woo. Okay, yeah. Okay, Grant.
What's going on?
You go to the club, you get to put some shades on, and you go by your day to work. We can't do that because we have thousands of people.
But is
You're
that
drunk,
your choice?
You're high. You're
But
hungover.
is that
Just
your
get off
choice?
screen. We don't want to see you like this.
But is that your choice?
We don't like you like this. Why are you doing this?
But is that your choice? You
What do you
chose that. You chose this
No,
life.
that's the thing. We can't.
And that's what's happening now. That's what's happening now with the whole world. It's a total disconnect. When you have a 9 to 5, you dealing with people. You touching people's hearts, souls, mind. No, you are not.
Do you know how many?
I'm gonna be completely a buck. A Twitch streamer has touched my heart more than a McDonald's worker ever has. I'm gonna be honest.
I think. Look.
You get maybe you get a compliment like, "Oh, your hair looks nice" or whatever.
I appreciate you. I appreciate
Thanks.
you, and I respect what you do.
Do you
because
watch
I think,
any entertainment?
Oh my God.
Of course I watch
So do you
entertainment.
ever,
I got kids.
wait,
I got grandkids.
Do you ever laugh? Do you ever laugh?
Of course I laugh.
So then they
We're
interact with
touching
you.
them.
But the interaction is
Did
not
it make
real.
you feel better?
I guess it touched you in ways people can't. Okay.
When I'm watching
did it make you feel better?
What make me feel
Have you
better?
ever
It all
watched-
depends on
have you ever been
it all
entertained?
depends- it
Have you
all
ever been
depends
entertained
on
and been
what's
like,
coming.
oh, I feel good?
Some of it is
I got a
fake.
banger right now.
Some of it is
You
fake.
see, you're not answering.
So now let me.
Okay, well let me answer because I'm debating him.
Okay, yeah.
But go ahead.
Right after this, I got you. Right
Okay,
now. Go
all
ahead.
right, come on.
So when you're entertained, have you ever felt like your day was better if you watched something? You've never felt like that?
Yeah, sure.
So what's the difference with us?
The difference with you is that you guys do this 24/7. That's all you do.
Yeah.
Okay, actors. I feel like I mean, I don't know how hard acting is, of course, but I mean, they probably help people.
You know, you just like you. Wait a minute. Somebody made a comment about, oh, I can't even go out with my girlfriend, or I can't even go out in public.
They can.
I can go
They
out
can.
in public and be seen.
So it's
You know what?
easier.
I'm a very social person. I'm very popular in where I do and where I am. I do social media.
I'm saying what we do has not affected people. It's not real. How come when I go out in public and I meet someone and they're like, "Oh my God, wait, I loved your videos growing up. You were my childhood. I used to watch you
Or their
every
hands
single
shaking,
day.
their hands shaking.
Like you were my child. You know how we grew up watching Disney Channel?
Yep.
I've had kids
Ben
come
10.
up hundreds of times throughout years of my life. Have kids come up to me and say these things. So
Okay.
I'm Robbie. I'm a server at an Italian restaurant.
Come on, bro. Life's easy.
That's not hard. Being a server is not that hard, and I don't know why. You can, but like that, bro. Nobody watch fuck ass Ben 10. The thing is, they don't categorize streams within the entertainment workflow like how YouTube. Yeah, exactly. So that Robbie, yeah, I'm not being a server.
Oh, that's not fair.
He has the same menu, makes the same food every day.
Fir-
bro.
First thing I'm gonna say is nobody.
Not even. He doesn't even make the food. He just gives it to them. Have a good day. Oh, you want a Sprite? Thank you. Okay, nah. You want a Sprite? Okay, yeah. you want food? And then you give it to him. But and then you get a complaint that's like, hey, I have something in my food, or you didn't cook it right. Oh, I'll take it back for you. Then occasionally you're gonna deal with the dickhead. It's like, well, I've been here, blah blah blah, and you need to do this, bro. Like, whatever, what the fuck ever, you know? Like, you don't, that shouldn't get to you. Because when I worked at a restaurant, the servers would be like, I just can't. Like would let the people get mad at them and bother. I'm like, bro, it's not that deep. Like, people see James Charles as an actor, but constant, yeah. Like, you probably work at Olive Garden, fuck ass Lego cook. Yeah. Admit hair cook.
He's gonna say being a nurse isn't hard, because my aunt was. That is the most difficult shit. How are you gonna disrespect your mom like that, dude?
She is right now.
You're gonna disrespect your mom and say that your work is harder? That is so rude, honestly.
She works 2 of them.
Okay,
She works at 2 hospitals.
Let me ask you something.
She said it's mad easy. She can work at 2 hospitals.
No disrespect.
Mom,
no disrespect, but what you do, I'm not your target audience. So break it down for me, because I don't even get it.
Oh my God.
Let me ask you something.
You just said I'm not your target audience because I'm black. That's what you just said.
What?
You don't watch me because I'm black. And this is what I'm talking about. It's harder.
He has to get judged every
I gotta get judged every day. Everybody thinks I'm a hoodlum. I'm a nice guy.
He's a jolly dude.
I can't get a job because I got taxed. I used to work at Costco's. I had the greatest 401k granted to me. That means that when I retire, I get the biggest stipend of my life. Do you know I could just sit there and just meat pack all day just to really realize that, what, maybe 20 years I'm gonna be sitting on millions because I worked at Costco's?
Yeah, Will.
Okay.
I didn't have to interact with nobody, just packing meat.
Yeah, Will.
Come on, bro.
Is what you do fun?
I mean,
Do you enjoy what you do?
if I make it fun,
Do you make it fun?
I could make it fun.
Yes or no? Is what you do fun?
Not everything's fun.
What isn't fun? Break it down for me. What do you do in a day? We'll swap stories. What do you do in a day?
Okay, so it's very stressful.
It's fun if you make it fun, but also if you pick a job and it's not fun to you, whose fault is that? Whose fault is that? If I decide to go be a fucking truck driver and I don't have fun doing it, whose fault was it me being a truck driver? Nobody else did it, bro. Nobody else did it, bro. We'll bring up your college degree to shut this bitch up.
That's all right.
Not fun at all. Because this dude was talking for 20 minutes about playing video games.
Whoa. It sounds like you're jealous, I'm not gonna lie. But
You're on his diesel.
okay, so look, right?
So I'm jealous of a harder job.
No.
Oh!
Thank you.
Hey, that was sarcasm. You didn't read it. No, I'd like to.
No, listen.
Wait.
Listen to the time that I wake up. I wake up maybe 3, 4 p.m. Know what I'm saying? I'm already drowsy because I just smoked the night before. You know why I gotta smoke? Because I just deal with thousands of people. I don't even like people. I gotta deal with thousands of them.
No,
Let him stay. You gonna stay for this, right?
Wait, but you.
Look, you can tell he's actually getting mad. You can tell. Look, he's getting red. He's getting really red.
You still haven't described what you've done other than smoking pot and waking up at 4.
Okay, waking up at 4 p.m., right? Now wake up. I gotta brush my teeth, right? Gotta make sure, cause I got a lot of comments.
Hygiene.
Now, you know, he don't brush his grills. What does his real teeth look like? I gotta make sure. I gotta make sure that my
He got Chanel earrings like a bad bitch.
And there's girls in his chat too sometimes. So,
yeah.
you know.
You know what I'm saying?
See him.
I gotta make sure I'm freshly saving. I'm not saving for this video. I already know what's gonna happen. It's about to be negative comments. Yo, shave that little scruffy shit on your face.
Chops.
Cool.
So
right?
he got fat.
Now I have to game Marvel Rivals for probably 1 to 2 hours before stream. You know why? Because I don't get to game it for after work. Like I could just game it after work, bro. I can't. You know what I'm saying? You can't just do that, right? After I do that, now I gotta sit.
The saving point they brought up, like, bro, you know damn well they declined their 401k option and take up everything and spend everything. Yeah, I mean, they're mad because they had to work, like, do these jobs, but they're the ones that wanted to do it. Like, again, they're in the position where Faze is in now, not harder than a 9 to 5, but they still had to work for it. But like, would you rather that? You're just sitting here putting like, I would rather not have to sit there and do something that I absolutely hate for the next 30 years, and then maybe get to retire. I'd just rather get a job, by the way.
What I'm gonna do for the stream today? Oh, looks like we got no content. All right, let's see if we could just scrubble
Guess
something
what?
around.
No content, no money.
No content, no money. Now look, probably by 8 or 9 p.m.
That's okay. You're telling me Kasinat could be doing anything, bro. Kasinat could be doing anything. He's gonna get gifted 50. So
I'm still
probably
thinking
more.
I gotta do something for stream. My mind is
Do you know what's crazy?
My mind
9 p.m. for him? Oh, I did my work today.
He already did my
I did my work today.
He took the same boss already.
You're going to sleep.
What?
That's what I
don't want to hog
I'm
the
saying,
space here
yeah.
too much, but
No.
do you know the expression, give a man enough rope?
You're losing me.
Kill
No, I don't know this. I don't know.
Basically, you're talking yourself into a hole, man. Okay, my turn. I'll be brief.
Wait, give a man a rope.
What is he?
Wait,
It means-
is that racist?
Wow.
Get this racist
Play
out
that
here.
card.
He has no social cues. Oh, you're back?
Baby, I want to just say to you,
Rhonda.
I'm your black auntie.
Yeah,
That's what I
okay.
want to say.
Uh-huh.
You say you don't like people. It's all about relationships that you got with people. So when you say shit like that, do you really mean that?
Do I not like people?
You said
I'm
you
I don't fuck with people. I'll be honest. I don't.
I'd rather be in my own space. I'd rather be by myself.
and that's okay. But what is it that you're doing that's helping other people?
What am I doing?
Yeah.
Saving lives. I'm a superhero.
He's a hero.
I'm a superhero, no cape.
Method Man. Method Man. Oh.
Uh-oh, here you go.
This must have been after his tattoo streak.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
You look great. You look
That's
great.
right. I'm Thelma again.
I believe 9 to 5 is harder. I mean, fuck.
GG's, bro. You lost the plot. GG's. GG's, you lost the plot.
No. I believe.
I don't have enough motion to be on here, but I wouldn't even like. I would be like, I'll just be in the middle because I'm not. I don't know how. Faze is probably rage baiting, but I would definitely just be in the middle. It wouldn't be like.
I think dreaming is so much harder. Why are you doing it?
I can't have a public relationship because of the public eye and how they judge my relationships. I had a breakup with a girlfriend that I loved so dearly because I chose streaming.
So my question again.
And why did she keep on fucking laughing? And they rage bang, but they try to have a real conversation until the exact.
Loved her.
My question.
I loved her, and you're laughing.
My question again. My question. If you think it's so much harder.
Okay, there's people that work 9 to 5s that probably have made a sacrifice with a loved one so they could keep their job. Not even 9 to 5 or streaming in general, but just like you gotta make sacrifices if you want to follow your dreams. That's just how it is, bro. And with that, with this being in an actual relationship is gonna be difficult because everybody's in your business, regardless, like no matter what it is. That's just how it is.
Why are you doing it?
Because I'm passionate about it.
Okay, so you love it. You love streaming. So do you love it more than you loved that girlfriend?
That's what I had to decide.
Oh.
I had to make sacrifice, and
So
that's
you-
what you have to do.
so you lost
with
the
streaming.
human touch.
But guess what? If I had a 9 to 5,
lost the human
if I
touch
was flipping burgers,
for-
I could have had a girlfriend still.
But you lost the human touch for the streaming.
Being a streamer, you have to be judged on thousands of people's opinions every single day. 9 to 5 person, maybe one,
But,
two, three.
okay, and then back to my point. Is that your choice? Was that your choice?
But that's not the point, though. The point
No,
is
that's my point. That's my point.
streaming is harder.
Was
than
that?
Okay, your choice though is to work a 9 to 5. I feel like you're just like what?
That's the point.
You gave up your
The streamers make their money off the exact
girlfriend for streaming. Come on now.
Shit, he ran up a bag. He ran up a
I ain't
bag.
gonna lie,
You did
I
it for a bag.
But the thing is, it comes to a point. Do I pick love and a future with someone I care dearly for? Or do I pick
something that I
future
love?
for something that I'm passionate about? And
Okay, that's the other thing too. What's your ETA? Would you rather give up like a loved one, whatever, like that you care about, or do something, follow your dreams, bro? Would you I would rather follow my dreams, and then eventually you could find somebody, and like I wouldn't date nobody now or like until I felt like I was in a financial like safe spot to do fun shit, I guess. I don't know.
Motion.
Like financial freedom.
Motion.
This song is exactly, folks.
I'm Lala Costa.
Lala Costa?
Yes.
Amazing name.
Thank you. I'm an attorney.
She makes a percent off people's fuck ups. I like that.
If you had an opportunity to get a 9 to 5,
Exactly, cool.
that
You gotta deal with haters, doubters. You gotta deal with haters on your own, and you gotta deal with doubters. And then you have to deal with the self doubt that you already bring on your own. what I'm saying? Like then you could be like fucking Dana, it'd be a fucking hater to a certain somebody, you know, and just hate on. Plus, what hater got you, bro?
Could create yourself. Like whatever you want,
Yes, I
9 to
would.
5. You would take it?
Yes.
Because why?
Because
All exactly my point.
I don't even enjoy streaming anymore.
You don't? What? Come to this side.
No, but I have to because this is what I built my career off
Actual
of.
bonfire.
You feel stuck.
I feel stuck, yeah.
Have you ever watched a show and you stopped watching it?
Mm,
Have you ever watched a show and you were like,
all the time.
Ain't nothing wrong. There's a difference between being a troll hater and then like niggas that genuinely hate on you. Though. You know what I'm saying? Like it's people that genuinely hate on you, and it's just like it's not. It's not even like a thing that's like me personally, I don't give a fuck. But like, I know most of y'all. But then there's a random person that if I post a TikTok, that's just gonna say some random shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like okay.
TV show can't. It's done. What happened to all those actors?
It's
after that?
canceled
They gotta
because I
go
stopped watching?
Well, no. I'm
So
saying,
is there a reason you text me like every day on Discord like Mason, when are you gonna go live? Dumb bitch.
think of thousands
Baby,
of thousands of you
Honey.
stop watching.
I think you guys are mixing all
Yeah,
the issues.
Cartoon Network. It's like
and
they
not
got millions of
focusing
people.
on-
You guys know what Cartoon Network is?
If your
It's
father
gone.
would stop, would you come up with a different brand then?
All those people are gone. Yeah, but pivot. That's the point.
I'm not reading all that. To be honest. The Cronus Zen VPN guy.
Nice to meet you.
I'm a professional model, but
Okay.
I've worked since I was at the age of 14.
Do we think being a model or streamer is harder? Nigga, all you gotta do, maybe like you have to worry about what you eat, you know, whatever. But all you gotta do is rock around the fucking runway and turn around and whatever. Put on some clothes that a team put together for you. That's all you gotta do. It's genetics. Hope you get fat. It's just genetics, nigga. Like all you gotta do is be like, you gotta walk around and be like, okay, and then turn around, boom. Like, this is it. Are we dead ass, Chase? Chase, that's not something we needed to say, bro. That's not so. It's not something we need to say. This is exactly all you gotta do, bro. Hold on, it's loading. You looked. Well, I mean, you pointed out. But all you gotta do is simply just. All you gotta do as a model. And then you're done. Then you get like what? How much money is that? How much money is that? Like what? Fucking you get 500K for that shit? That's all you had to do. That's all you needed to do. That's all you needed to do. You get 500K for that, bro. Easy. Easy. I'm not gonna say 500K. It good with Mason, not whatever you're doing. It was just an example. It was just an example. That's all you gotta do, bro. It was just an example. Just an example, bro. Wait, where's my... You get stuff thrown at you? I'm not a fucking model, obviously, here, though.
I was a gamer too.
I just think personally, like I agree with Jason that I think streaming does take a certain more stop than a 9 to 5, and I also think everybody in here, right? If you guys all try to be a streamer, right? And
They have to travel and do all that. They get to travel for free. It must be so hard.
We all try to do what you guys do.
You get L's in your chin.
Anything streaming and modeling is almost the same.
The probability of everybody here trying to be an attorney is way higher than somebody making streaming a career.
Absolutely, your job is you got just
But streamers also they don't have to. Like you don't gotta go to the event if you don't want to.
lucky because you're a gamer. You
Yeah,
got
me
lucky.
and Marlon already do modeling while streaming.
There's so many people
I was
like
just-
you
I was
out
talented.
there.
It wasn't
These
pure
days,
luck. I was-
everybody's an influencer. Come on.
No. But
So many.
hold on. But specifically, what I do, I'm not posting selfies around the world.
No,
It's
bro, the
basically
brand.
all,
Yeah.
it's all pure talent.
Okay.
Can I just why is he lucky? Why do we all get lucky though?
What is your talent?
Yeah.
Call of Duty. I was a professional Call of Duty player, like actual like. The
So you were
gaming.
sitting at home and you're thinking, what am I going to do with my life while you were gaming? You're like, oh, let's put a
I was
camera.
16, so it wasn't really like
yeah,
that.
You weren't really thinking of what should I do with my life, like what should I study, what should I like, where does my life go? You just got lucky.
It's not luck. It's
because-
just he's determined. He knows that's the only route.
He didn't get lucky. He put in hours.
Yeah, no,
That's
yeah,
what we do too. We go to
it
school,
wasn't
we
luck.
study.
Everybody's a little bit of luck. I think people who don't have a job.
If you're born like fucking Marlon, nigga, you're lucky. You're lucky because then you can use your looks to do whatever the fuck you want, damn near. Or Duke Dennis, whatever.
They feel like they want to get lucky by getting a job. So I think people even having a job is some sort of luck.
He said, how many people of us could do this? No, it's luck. It's 1 of a million because for whatever
How is
reason.
that luck? If one.
Okay, there's levels to gaming. I thought I used to be good at Fortnite. That's what I'm saying. But I thought I was good at Fortnite. Now if I get on Fortnite, I get triple edited box fucking and then one pumped immediately. I don't even know what to do. Like, you gotta grind to be good at the game, bro. You gotta be good at it.
That one has to be the best. So how are you going to dismiss
Is
all
he
his
the
hard
best?
work and all of his
Is he the
talent?
best?
I got four. I got four.
No,
last
but
year. No. Let me give my statistics. There was over 300,000 people that played Warzone last year. This is the game that I play.
Okay.
I got 4th. So I was a top 12 player across the entire.
Is she a top 12 model? Is she a top 12 model in this world? Because I've never heard of her. I'm gonna be honest. Not to be mean, not to but I'm just being honest. Is she a top 12 model? I don't think so. I don't think she is.
And you're telling him
So that's not luck. That's
like
pure.
less than
That's
1%.
pure skill.
So you're dismissing. Is Michael Jordan lucky? Is LeBron James lucky?
Yes.
Are they lucky?
I mean,
No,
they have a talent. They have a talent.
They had a
but
team.
it's-
The only thing they got lucky with is genetics. Everything else they had to do.
So what?
you know how many talented people out there and don't get the chance?
Yeah,
They
most
don't get the shot at it?
I don't want.
That's nobody's fault, bro. Life. You're talking about. You know how many people would be better than LeBron James if they got a chance? Unfortunately, they didn't, bro. Unfortunately, they didn't, and that's how life works. That's how life works. That's just all it is. Imagine if I looked like Marlon. You know how much more lucky I'd be. Like that's just.
I want to take up his time. So he's not talented.
Hard work beats natural talent.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Not
That's
at
what
all.
you just said. You
No.
just said.
What he did
I
to get
said
to where
a
he
lot
is.
of people are talented don't get the shot to do what he does.
Or people who
So
make it
it's
to the
luck.
NBA.
But I didn't even.
It's not their fault though. Like you're just so just because somebody else could be better than LeBron, but they didn't get the shot. Does that mean that what LeBron did is just fucking useless? It doesn't matter. Is that what I'm seeing?
Get a shot. It was I did it off the strength of me. There was no one who gave me a shot or anything like that. I simply was. You dead ass?
Yo, you being serious?
Why you laughing?
I can't.
No.
Why they laughing, bro?
It's not luck. I've been doing this for 13 years. I uploaded 3,000 videos. 2,000 was I edited myself while I went to college, worked a job,
Whoa.
and still went to school.
And yeah.
Damn, so he's like, dude, all that shit, bro. College streaming, and that's
So that's not. I mean, if that's fucking,
stand on it, stand on it.
if that's luck,
Where's the luck at in that equation?
Again.
is there a percentage? We are all lucky in some way, right? If we don't have a job, we're lucky in some
That's
sort
true.
of way. But
God bless.
off of specific pure talent, and I worked on that since I was 16.
Again, I work with many talented people. I'm not saying about you.
Yeah.
Just talk in general.
I mean, yeah, you get lucky if you get an interview. You get lucky if you get an interview. You get lucky if you get picked out of 5 people to get a job. Like, I mean, everybody's lucky. I mean, yeah, with this streaming shit, it is mainly luck. Like, that's how it is. Like, one video can change your life, but, I mean, shit.
And there's so many people that are very talented, never
You're
get
lucky to be born, bro?
a shot
Exactly.
because
You're lucky to be born. You're lucky to win the sperm race.
they don't do the right
Jason
thing.
got
They don't go
lucky
the right
last
path.
night.
They don't meet the
Hashtag
right
Big Ben.
people. So there are so many, even talented actors here, they never get a shot. So I'm just saying it's pure luck.
It was.
They never get a shot. That's how life is, bro. There's some players that played football that never started in high school, but then they went to college, they walked on, did what they did, and got their shot there. I mean, it's just how it works. What are you trying to? You're belittling someone else's accomplishment because not everybody gets a fair shot, but life's just not fair.
It wasn't luck. I just saw an opportunity and just genuinely took it. It wasn't a handout. It was simply just, I'm talented at Call of Duty. This is what I want to do. It took me 8 years to make it a career. Is there something funny?
It's a freaking video game.
She would die immediately in a Warzone lobby. She wouldn't even know how to move. She wouldn't even know how to dive down. She wouldn't know how to do nothing. She talk about it's just a video game. Find me a loadout Find a meta loadout and then figure out if you can do something with it. Snipe somebody from 100 meters across the map. Do that. Pick up a controller and sit there and do something with it.
It's a talent.
Permission to dick ride? Hey, he's made tens of millions of dollars playing video games, so.
Exactly, that's that privilege. That's that privilege.
How is that a privilege? Are he dead ass?
But I'm saying though, you couldn't hop on a game and do what I do.
You couldn't do it.
That's a skill.
Your son couldn't do it. Your grandkids couldn't do it.
Some people
Your
can't.
son's grandkids could never do it. They could never do it.
Anything that takes a talent.
The genes are done. They can't do it. They can't.
How many hours a day did you spend?
When I was younger?
Yeah, when you were younger, dude.
Oh, I would wake up 3 hours before school. So I wake up at 4 a.m. and I would play before school. The bus would come at 7. I go to home, come back, and do it again.
See, nah, I wouldn't do that. I would just play till like 10 p.m. Go to sleep, go to school, and then maybe the next day I would go to school so I could play Fortnite all day. But
I was 16.
I wasn't even streaming. I was just doing that just because I like Fortnite that much. I'm gonna be honest.
What's funny?
See, there's a disconnect here because to you guys, when you guys were growing up, yes, it was just video games, it was whatever. But when we were coming up, we're like, wait, maybe we can make this career. Maybe if we get good enough at it and we create.
Do you not think if you're talented at something, it's a God-given gift?
Video games is not like.
You don't think you
Again, you're not. I was never when I was younger. I had to wait till Friday. Oh wow, yeah, that comes with the yeah. But I mean, video games are horrible pause by the way. Video games, like, you can learn how to be decent at a video game, but to be really good, it takes a minute. It takes a minute to be good, and you have to find a lot of shit.
You don't think it's talent. You're just too old to understand. I can't argue that because
if I would have took it seriously.
Y'all could never play FNCS either. It's the same shit.
There's a disconnect. You come from a generation where this didn't exist. This career, you looked at this career and you.
They're all getting triple-headed bots. Like, you put every single one of them in the lobby, they're all getting killed.
You laughed.
Ron kills all of these on their own. All these people on their own. I'm be honest.
Now, how come in colleges they're teaching courses on content creation and esports?
Oh.
When you grow up, this didn't exist. So no wonder you're gonna laugh when you hear this shit because you're from a completely different generation. You just don't get it, and I don't know if you ever will be able to wrap your head around it.
Oh.
And it's fun, but it's like, again, it's
you gotta fight back.
That's
You gotta
okay.
fight back. I'm not gonna lie.
Nice meeting you.
Got Ron up with this, yes.
I'm Ronnie.
Ronnie, nice to meet
This
you.
past,
My name.
Ron!
you were talking about job
Ronnie's
security. Are you familiar with layoffs, with being furloughed? Like, taking
We
it back
fall
to...
off.
That's being... What? What does that even mean?
You lose everything. Every dollar. Everything. You lose everything.
Okay, and then you can rebuild yourself back. You
The same way
reinvent-
you can do if you get laid off. You get a
Yeah,
new
that's
job.
it's kind
okay.
of is it not the same concept? Like,
I don't know. Back in 2020, when everybody was getting furloughed, everybody was like, "Oh, let me go to social media." That's kind of an easy alternative. So that seems kind of easy.
I know,
And then-
but if you lose a job, you can't.
just get another
No,
one?
you can search for. You have an opportunity to search for another one. No?
Okay, I've been
Dude.
searching for another one for 10 months.
I mean, that's just how it is now. The economy's ass. The economy's ass. It's just how it works. I mean, you can't. What do you want him to do about it?
Interview every day, give the same spiel, have to give that smile of walking through my
I uploaded
resume.
videos for 7 years and barely got any views.
And did
It's
you
just-
wait?
it's-
You
it's-
uploaded 7 videos and didn't get any views
went to school, and still.
and paid rent.
Yes, I still worked. I worked.
Oh, so that you had another job.
Like, you also gotta drop your ego when getting jobs. You're not gonna exactly. If you gotta be a good bitch. You gotta be a good bitch if you want a job. Bro.
Yes.
Okay, and was that harder
Then what?
than streaming?
No, I was on my phone all the time.
Oh, as a parking attendant, that doesn't sound like you were doing a very good job.
I was chilling.
So now you have to work. So now you have to do your job and be good at it for it to be. What? Nigga, what?
You were chilling. You weren't good at
Wait,
your
he's
job.
waiting for.
When cars park, they're done. Like it doesn't.
Okay.
I don't have to.
Well, that's
I'm not security.
That's
I just
a
go.
one
I go like this. I
9 to
go like this. Yo, right there. I bet. Do you think an aspect of a video game, playing video games, is a talent?
I would say it's a skill. I wouldn't call it a talent.
Skill, talent. What's the?
You can master it with, my.
Ooh. Look, bro. LeBron. He wasn't just born being good at basketball. He had the physical gifts being good at basketball. Whatever. He's tall. He's tall, athletic, genetics go crazy. But he had to work to be good at basketball. He didn't just come out the room doing all that shit, bro. LeBron was made for basketball, but imagine he never even tried to play basketball. Or didn't even get into sports. Imagine he wanted to play the fucking flute.
Sorry,
but people millions play video games, but there are very few people who are genuinely gifted at it.
Gifted? What are they, Mozart?
How is it not a talent? Why is it not a talent what he does?
You know what? I'm open to it being a talent. I think
That's true too. If I gave somebody a fucking paintbrush and said paint the Mona Lisa, are they going to be able to do it? Go paint Starry Night perfectly. No, I fucking suck at drawing.
it's a skill. I think it's something you can master. I don't think you're a Mozart that you have this gift of like, whoa, when I put my thumb here and this thumb there and do this combo, I do this
You'd be
flip.
surprised. I mean, there's people out there who are genuinely
They have their opposable thumbs like so good.
That's like saying, here's a paintbrush, go paint me Picasso.
Yo, I just said that.
That's like, what?
I'm saying this is so hard. If there's certain games that have $1 million prize pools, if there's a skill you could just learn and you're looking for a job for 10 months, go pick up a controller and go hop in this
That's
$1
true
million
too,
tournament
actually.
and win it.
You
And win it.
You couldn't. You
Qualify.
couldn't.
What do you mean I wouldn't
You can't even find your OBS stream key. Stop playing.
I need to work for it, but
So like, but you're dismissing what he does. You're just dismissing. Like,
I'm not
oh,
dismissing. I'm saying
it's
that's
not
easy.
a skill. It's not a talent.
I
Like,
said it's a skill.
it's
I
easy.
didn't say it's a talent. I said it's a skill. It's a skill that
But
you can
how
own.
do you
and
know?
master.
How do you know if it's easy if you haven't done it? Like if you
I
don't.
played Mario Kart. I've played other.
If you're finna sit here and tell me Mario Kart is the same as Warzone, you fucking lost me. You lost the plot. I'm gonna be honest. You play fucking Mario Kart, you're driving in a circle or whatever. The hardest thing in Mario Kart was fucking Rainbow Road, dude. That's just because it didn't have railings. Nigga, and it's not most of the time. If you were playing Mario Kart and around their age range, you weren't playing against IRL people that sit there on Mario Kart for hours. When you hop on Warzone, there's a chance you get in a lobby with this guy and he's gonna fucking fry your shit. Like that's just how it works.
Not a professional level though.
No, not a professional
Is there
level because
is there professional Mario Kart?
that's not what I'm trying to pursue.
I know, but you don't understand what it takes to be on that sort of level. So how can you try to dismiss it and say it's yours is harder?
What
How
does
do you
it-
know?
what
But how
does
do
it
you
take
know?
to be on that
Because
level?
I've worked at 9 to 5.
Yeah.
So
What does it take to be on that level?
Just gift, and you got to play all
Just
the time.
gift?
Okay, I'm not gonna say gift, but you have to be. There's levels to it, but it's really just playing it a lot. Like you have to have fast hands. You have fucking arthritis. You're not gonna be good at doing something on with the.
Of thousands of hours of work,
Or whatever shit's called your
editing
hand.
and filming and constantly
I'm just
having
talking
to
about pure
innovate and
skill. As far as like the
reinvent
videos and stuff like that, just off pure skill.
I had to put tens of thousands of hours.
you get a
into
refresh
my
second
study.
zone,
Carpal tunnel, I think that's what it's
Could you?
called. I forgot.
I have no idea what you
remember.
said.
Could you get a refresh going into second zone with no mats? Can you get
I
a
don't know-
refresh
I
on
don't
the
know
best
what the fuck
players?
that
I
means.
can also put. I can circle back and give
Do
you
you know how to
different
short
terms
launch pad?
from
When
my
you're trying to get to third
industries.
zone, third moving. Do you know
I
how to
don't know
short?
what- No, I don't. But if I want,
You couldn't, but Excel sheet? You can do Excel sheet.
no, but exactly. I
They're
can
just talking. They're just talking game.
These
with them.
As a babysitter, I can talk to you about the different things I do, and after.
You're gonna sit here and tell me that taking care of a baby is realistically that hard. Most of the time, the parents are telling you exactly what to do, and eventually, you're gonna be friends with the kid, bro. You don't know about the bounce. But being a babysitter would be annoying because you gotta make sure the kid's alive. But
Could you do that?
being great at a video game or being a babysitter, I think being great at a video game is gonna be harder. I'm gonna be completely honest.
No, but if you wanted to, you would.
If us four
Put on brace.
took 3 days, you don't think we can master an Excel sheet?
Oh,
But let me say,
Exactly.
if I give you 3,
Also, as a babysitter, if you have the level to leave, like once you build that trust with the parents, it pretty much like you're basically part of that family. You're just really just like an older sibling.
3 days about a video game. Do you think you could be that talented as me?
if I
That's
wanted to,
exactly
I
my
would.
point. If I wanted to, I would. You don't. Yeah, exactly. You don't want to be a streamer. So how are you gonna say? Okay. Anyway, back to my point though, is that give me 3 days to learn what your kid likes to do, whatever. I could watch them and it'd be perfectly fine. Give me 3 days to learn a new game, like rematch. If I hop on rematch again, I'd be cooked.
So let's
You move Marlon Spit.
So let's pay for her, whatever it is.
Pay,
Give you 3
please.
days, but if you lose, you got to give us it back in double.
No, that's not how the job works.
happened?
You pay me, I'll get the job done.
Each 9 to 5 work will now give their final thoughts.
I would say, in a sense, Yes, because you have to put in the work and you got to be on 24/7.
It's difficult to answer that question for us, I think, because we didn't come up in this time.
W-on-T.
So,
W-on-T.
and technology is totally different now, because we were just talking about playing tic-tac-toe on the sidewalk with chalk. I appreciate and respect what they do, and I think that's the consensus for most of us, that we appreciate and respect where they are. Yeah. But it's not, what we did was, we just feel like what we did was harder. And that's what I
That's
feel.
how it is. There's different
My mind
views
was
on
changed in the sense that now I'm even
Wait, so
more
Lacey
convinced
left, right? I guess so.
that normal jobs are harder.
What about that pot? He just didn't listen to a damn thing he said. What about that was even damn near? How was he just didn't listen to a damn thing they said? But no, that was a W video, bro. That was a W video. Definitely, it was definitely an interesting one for sure.